Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Tatto Jayam Udirayet.
Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, Verse 21. Savai kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Savai Kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Ya Eka Asida Vishesha Atmani.
Ya Eka Ashit Avishesha Atmani.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagadatmanishware.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagat Atmanishware.
Nimilitatman Nishisupta Shaktishu.
Nimilitatman Nishi Supta Saktishu.
Savai Kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Savai Kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Ya Eka Asida Vishesha Atmani.
Ya Eka Ashit Avishesha Atmani.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagadatmanishware.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagat Atmanishware.
Nimilitatman Nisupta Shaktishu.
Nimilitatman Nishi Supta Saktishu.
Savai Kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Savai Kilayam Purusha Puratano.
Ya Eka Asid Avisheshatmani.
Ya Eka Asit Avishesha Atmani.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagadatmanishware.
Agre Gunebhyo Jagat Atmanishware.
Nimilitatman Nishisupta Saktishu.
Nimilitatman Nishi Supta Saktishu.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Savai Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms: Sa He Krishna.
Sa He Krishna.
Why? As I remember.
Why? As I remember.
Kila, definitely.
Kila, definitely.
I am this.
I am this.
Purusha, personality of Godhead.
Purusha, personality of Godhead.
Puratana, the original.
Puratana, the original.
Yahu.
Yahu.
Eka, only one.
Eka, only one.
Asit. Existed.
Asit, existed.
Avishesha, materially unmanifested.
Avishesha, materially unmanifested.
Atmani, own self.
Atmani, own self.
Agre, before creation.
Agre, before creation.
Gunebhya of the modes of nature.
Gunebhya of the modes of nature.
Jagat Atmani unto the super soul.
Jagat Atmani unto the super soul.
Unto the super soul.
Ishvare unto the Supreme Lord.
Ishvare unto the Supreme Lord.
Nimilita merged into
Nimilita merged into
Atman, the living entity.
Atman, the living entity.
Nishi Supta, inactive at night.
Nishi Supta, inactive at night.
Shaktishu of the energies.
Shaktishu of the energies.
Translation, please repeat after me. They said, here he is the original person. We definitely remember him.
Here.
Here he is the original personality of Godhead, as we definitely remember him.
He alone existed before the manifested creation of the modes of nature.
He alone existed before the manifested creation of the modes of nature.
And in him only, because he is the absolute truth, he is the Supreme Lord.
And in him only.
And in him only, because he is the Supreme Lord.
All living beings merge.
All living
beings merge.
As if sleeping at night, their energy is suspended.
As if
sleeping at night, their energy suspended.
Purport.
There are two types of dissolution of the manifested cosmos. At the end of every 432 crore solar years, when Brahma, the Lord of one particular universe, goes to sleep, there is one annihilation. And at the end of Lord Brahma's life, which takes place at the end of Brahma's 100 years of age, in our calculation, at the end of 8 crore 64 864 crore into 30 into 12 into 100 solar years. There is complete annihilation of the entire universe. And in both the periods, both the material energy called the Mahatattva and the marginal energy called Jiva Tattva merge in the person of the Supreme Lord. The living beings remain asleep within the body of the Lord until there is another creation of the material world. And that is the way of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material manifestation. The material creation is affected by the interaction of the three modes of material nature set in action by the Lord, and therefore it is said here that the Lord existed before the modes of material nature were set in motion. In the Shruti mantra, it is said that only Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, existed before the creation, and there was no Brahma, Shiva, or other demigods. Vishnu means the Mahavishnu, who is lying on the causal ocean. By his breathing only, all the universes are generated in seeds and gradually develop into gigantic forms with innumerable planets within each and every universe. The seeds of universes develop into gigantic forms in the way seeds of a banyan tree develop into numberless banyan trees. This Mahavishnu is the plenary portion of the Lord Sri Krishna, who is mentioned in the Brahma Samhita 5.48 as follows. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead, Govinda, whose plenary portion is the Mahavishnu, all the Brahmas, the heads of the universes, live only for the period of his exhaling after the universes are generated from the pores of his transcendental body. Thus, Govinda or Lord Krishna is the cause of Mahavishnu also. The ladies talking about this Vedic truth must have heard it from authoritative sources. An authoritative an authoritative source is the only means of knowing about transcendental subject matter definitely. There is no alternative. The merging of the living beings into the body of Mahavishnu takes place automatically at the end of Brahma's 100 years. But that does not mean that that the individual living being loses his identity. The identity is there, and as soon as there is another creation by the supreme will of the Lord, all the sleeping, inactive living beings are again let loose to begin their activities in the continuation of past different spheres of life. It is called Suptothita Nyaya, or awakening from sleep and again engaging in one's respective continuous duty. When a man is asleep at night, he forgets himself, what he is, what his duty is, and everything of his waking state. But as soon as he awakens from slumber, he remembers all that he has to do, and thus engages himself again in his prescribed activities. The living beings also remain merged in the body of Mahavishnu during the period of annihilation. But as soon as there is another creation, they arise to take up their unfinished work. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 8.18 to 19. The Lord existed before the creative energy was set in action. The Lord is not a product of the material energy. His body is completely spiritual, and there is no difference between his body and himself. Before creation, the Lord remained in his abode, which is absolute and one.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Etina Nine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarine Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hare Gopal Govindaram Srimade Sudanam Muklam Karodi Vachalam Pagulangai Tegirimat Kripatamaham Desri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyameshwaram. So very beautifully, these gopis, they were speaking. So in the previous words, in the previous class, yesterday we saw that the ladies of the roofs of all the houses of Hastinapura, they were speaking. They started speaking, and their speech is more attractive than the Vedic hymns. And so what these ladies were speaking, the ladies were speaking that here he is the original personality of Godhead. Also, they have heard about the absolute truth, Lord Krishna, from the authoritative sources. Because what they are telling is in conjunction with the Vedas. So they say that they are remembering Krishna all the time. That means they are pure devotees. Okay. And they are also knowing him tattva, by truth, by absolute truth, they know him. That means they have got spiritual mastery. So they have heard from the authority of sources, and they are talking amongst themselves about him from the authoritative source that they have heard, that this person is the original personality of Godhead, as we are remembering him definitely. So they are always remembering Krishna in this original form. And they say he alone existed before the manifested creation of the modes of nature, and in him only, because he is a Supreme Lord, all living entities merge as if sleeping at night, their energy suspended. Very beautifully about the creation and annihilation is coming from him only. They are very beautifully, they are telling. And here Prabhupada gives us, and this entire this words purport very correctly, well in time, well in place, that there are two types of annihilation or dissolution. One is every day of Brahma after 1000 Chaturyugas that he has been creating and creating, then he goes to sleep at night. When he sleeps at night for 1000 Chaturyugas, he remains asleep. And like this, he lives for 100 years. One day means 1000 Chaturyuga, Sahasra Yuga Pariyandam. And another one night is another 1000 Chaturyuga, sleeping time of Brahma. During the sleeping time of Brahma, there is one dissolution at the end of the day of Brahma. And like this, he lives for 30 days a month, 12 months a year, and 100 years with such calculation. So 430 crore, 32 crore solar years is one day of Brahma that is creating. And another 432 crore years, he is sleeping. And that time, whenever he sleeps at night, there is a dissolution. There is an annihilation. And like this, 432 crore into 2 is one full day of 24 hours. That comes to 864 crore. And 864 crore is one day plus night of Brahma. Like that, 30 days a month and 12 month a year, and for 100 years. You can see here. Yeah. Highlight, how can I do? I'm sharing from here. So with such calculation, the 864 crore years is 24 hours. Like that, 30 days a month he lives, and per month a year he lives, and 100 solar years he lives like that. Then there is another dissolution when Brahma is also no more. So that is called complete annihilation of the entire universe. The universe itself doesn't exist, which means Garbhodaka Sai also will go into Mahavishnu. In any case, whether it is at the beginning of a new day or end of the old day or end of life of Brahma, both the period, the Mahatattva and the marginal energy, which is Jiva Tattva, they both merge into the person called Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Mahavishnu. Because Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is also going to finish when the day of Brahma is finished. Otherwise, the living entity can remain in Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, and then the next day when begins, the living entities will be released so that they can continue in their illusory life. From where they left, they will continue. After another 864 crore years, every day of Brahma, they will again be given a chance to practice Krishna consciousness. They have been given the chance for 432 crore years in 8,400,000 species of life, so that they get a lot of chances of human life in that. At least in one of the human life, they can become Krishna conscious and go back home, back to Godhead. And in the 432 crore years, again and again, they're taking birth in different species and they have not become Krishna conscious, then one dissolution will come and they will merge into Garbhodaka Sai. Another 432 crore years, they will remain suspended, sleeping, deep sleep. That is called merging into this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. After another 432 crore years when Brahma slept and he wakes up again, he again begins his creation. At that time, these sleeping living entities, marginal potency in the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu are released back so that they can continue where they left off. In this way, again and again and again and again, unlimited time, the chances are given to the living entity in one of the species, that is human species, within the 84 lakh species of life. And like this, for 100 years of Brahma, just imagine how many chances we have got. Now, 50 years of Brahma is already over. He is 51 first years old, Brahma. So already we have been into this, this today of Brahma, in this life of Brahma, we already have come again and again in unlimited forms, in unlimited planetary system, in unlimited years of time that we lived, but we missed the given chance, rebelled against Krishna, and behind sense gratification, punar charvita charvananam, chewing the chewed again, the same material thing we were trying to enjoy. Enough, yaar. After all, what did you get? Other than birth, death, old age, disease, into the same 8,400,000 species of body. How many times you have become cat? How many times you have become dog? How many times we become ass? How many times we become a worm in the stool? How many times we became demon? How many times we have become demigod? Unlimited. 50 years of Brahma we have lived in the different species of life. Now again, there's a chance given in this human form of life. And in this human form of life, Krishna has descended as Lord Chaitanya. And when he descended as Lord Chaitanya, he gave, okay, you fools, you can never liberate yourself. You can never save yourself, despite I give you every yuga after yuga, I'll give you different dharma for your sense gratification and then ultimately salvation, but you are not taking it. Now let me give you the ultimate solution directly. Even if you are a fool, you can easily achieve simply chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Put in a nutshell, engage in the 9 process of devotional service to Lord Krishna is the easiest way. And for that, there is no qualification required. All that you need to do is an association of such a person who is engaged 24 hours, both day and night, in the devotional service of Krishna without any adulteration, without any expectation, without any reservation, without any disturbance, without any hindrance, purely out of love only is performing devotional service. And such a personality, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we have got. He brought his associate, Srila Jayapataka Goswami, and left him here for us. Such an associate we have got. So by taking association of him, we must practice the same thing, but he is showing us as if he is practicing, as if he is living also. He has taken the human form just for us, so that by looking at him, we try to follow him, we try to hear from him, we try to practice all the 9 devotional service that he is performing 24 hours, both day and night, so that at least in this lifetime, we will put an end to our eternally, temporarily existing birth, death, old age, disease, and thinking ourselves as what we are not. And let us realize that we are the eternal servant of Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, our eternal servant of Krishna, our eternal servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Re-establish our lost relationship. We have lost relationship. Krishna has not lost us. That is why he is giving us chance again and again and again and again. Actually speaking, even the 3 modes of material nature cannot act. It is the Lord only who is setting these 3 modes of material modes in action. Otherwise, even this cannot act. Nothing, because it's dead matter. How do you think a dead body can move or a dead matter can act? It is not possible. So, by the glance of the Supreme Personality of God, Mahavishnu, when he glanced at the 3 modes, then only the modes of nature set into action. Otherwise, there is no way. It is dead matter. The Mahatattva is not into action. So in the Suruti mantra also it is said, Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, existed before the creation. These ladies of Hastinapura, they are also speaking the same thing authoritatively. Before every creation, only he existed. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Annadir Adi Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. That is, I am talking about Mahavishnu. So, he is the primal source of all the souls. All the souls. Just see. Is the primal source of all sources. And by his simple breathing, he generates all the universes. Aham Bija Pratapita. He gives the seeds which will develop into gigantic forms with unlimited planets and within each of the universe. Only by his breathing. And then just like banyan trees, the one banyan tree seeds are getting into unlimited trees. Banyan. So the Mahavishnu, he is the plenary portion of the Lord Sri Krishna. That is another beautiful thing. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So all this plenary portion and plenary portions of plenary portion are but only a fragmental fraction of Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original Supreme Lord. And these ladies are talking that this original Lord, original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He is the one who existed when nothing was existing. And through his plenary portion, he creates this material universes. And after annihilation, he alone will exist. This much wonderful knowledge these ladies also have. Just see. Vedas survey, aham eva vedya. The conclusion of all the Vedas is to know Krishna as his original personality of God. And these ladies know that already. And they are remembering him in that original form. They are not remembering him in the Mahavishnu form. They are remembering him in the original form. That's the beauty. So, Mahavishnu is the plenary portion of Krishna or Govinda. And then unlimited universes. We are just talking about one universe with four-headed Brahma, which is the smallest of all the universes. That is a minimum size, very small, only 4 billion miles width. That's all. This is the smallest universe. And we need only 4 heads for the Brahma to manage this, create this. But there are unlimited universes and unlimited Brahmas. Each Brahma heads one universe. The Brahma with a 10 head, 100 head, 1000 head, 10,000 heads, 100,000 heads, 1 million heads, and so on. Unlimited. And all this Brahma live only for the period of one exhaling of air of this Mahavishnu. As soon as Mahavishnu starts inhaling, including the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, the whole unlimited universes with unlimited heads of Brahma, everything goes into the body of Mahavishnu. That is called his breathing, exhaling and inhaling. When he is exhaling, the universes are emanation out of the pores of his body. Pores of his body. That is his exhaling. And when he inhales, it will remain only till he exhales. And as soon as he starts breathing in, we have seen Brahma's life, how long it is. We have seen Brahma's life. How much is the Brahma's life, Visa? How much is the Brahma's life, Visa? Haribol? Am I audible? Haribol, am I audible? I think it's completely disconnected.
Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
No?
Yes, audible.
Yeah. So how many days, what is the length of Brahma's life that we have discussed in this class today?
1 day is equal to 4 yugas.
Okay.
So Brahma's life is exhaling of one, like a Mahavishnu exhales. That is Brahma. That is Brahma's life. When inhales, then Brahma's life is he's like no more. One exhale of Brahma, Mahavishnu.
Yes.
Yeah. So how many solar years?
That is 4 Chatur Yuga.
4 something.
4 yugas together. 4 lakh. It was mentioned over there. 4,32,000 something.
Crores.
Crores.
432 crores
32,000.
solar years is 12 hours of Brahma. Okay. So 864 crore solar years is 1 day, 24 hours for Brahma, day and night. So 864 crore solar years into 30 is 1 month of Brahma. 864 crore solar years into 30 into 12 is 1 year of Brahma. And 864 crore solar years into 30 into 12 into 100 is 1 life of Brahma. And that one life of Brahma is just one breath of Mahavishnu. Just see. One breath, that's all. Exhaling. Now when he starts inhaling, Brahma finished. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu finished. Everybody is finished. All the unlimited universe is going in. So the length of one breath of Mahavishnu is 864 crore solar years into 30 into 12 into 100. That is the length of one breath of Mahavishnu. Just see. And all the Brahmas live only for the period of his exhaling. While he is exhaling, that's all he lives. As soon as he starts inhale, everything goes inside. And this all happens from the force of the body, transcendental force of the transcendental body of the Mahavishnu. This is the beauty of his creation. And this rascal say, I am God, you are God. This is how God should be understood. He is Mahavishnu is the cause of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is the cause of Thirogata Sai Vishnu. And even for Mahavishnu, there is a cause, and that is our Krishna Govinda. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Mahavishnu is just a plenary portion of Krishna. From Krishna comes Balaram, from Balaram comes Chaturvyuga, Sankarsana, Niruddha, Vasudeva, and Niruddha Pradyumna. And from that Sankarsana comes Narayana, and from Narayana, the second level of Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Vasudeva. And from the second level of Sankarsana is only Mahavishnu is coming. Just to see. And Krishna is the Adi Purusham, the Maham Bhajami. So we need to understand Krishna. And these ladies of Hastinapura, they know that. They know, they have heard somewhere authoritatively. Otherwise, how can they talk such a big tattva? The truth, absolute truth. And they know the original person is this Krishna only. He stays alone. And after he only manifests and he only annihilates everything, that too not directly. He doesn't work. He's a supreme enjoyer. That also they know. So he does through the plenary portions and portions of plenary portions. They take Chamsa Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And when Mahavishnu inhales, all the living entity along with the Brahma and whoever concerned, they will all merge into Mahavishnu. Merging does not mean impersonal Brahman merging. Merging means they are suspended like night sleep. When you are sleeping, you are merged into ignorance. You are merged into ignorance. You don't know what's happening to you. You don't know your name. You don't know who are you. Even wrong identification. The false ego is also lost. Everything you forget. Slumber. You are into deep sleep. And as soon as early morning you get up, you awake into a false illusory world with a false ego, thinking, okay, I am R.V. Sharma, I am such and such, I've got a family, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. And all again start doing the wrong things. So this itself is that. Like that, we will sleep for as long as Mahavishnu is not started exhaling again. So when he start exhales, again we come out. And again we occupy the universe, and we will continue from where we have stopped. So this is the material creation process and annihilation that is going on very beautifully. Srila Prabhupada has established here. And these ladies are talking about that, science. So that huge science. Even the greatest scientists of today, they don't know 0.5% of what these ladies knew, what these ladies are talking. These scientists cannot even understand that. So this is the beauty of devotee. Doesn't matter the devotee is the body of a lady or body of a gentleman. Devotee is a devotee at all times. And he knows in tattva, in truth, who is Krishna, how this creation came up, what is the relationship of this material and spiritual. Why are we here? Everything by dint of their devotional service. So the only way to get out permanently rather than going into slumber sleep and come back again occupying the same old 8,400,000 bodies and doing the same eating, mating, sleeping, defending again and again, punar charvita charvananam. To get into action, the soul has to get into action. The soul actions are called a devotional service, Chaitanya. The soul in action is based on its relationship with Krishna, the devotional service. So we start act as a soul as soon as we come in touch with the devotee. As soon as we come in contact with a devotee. First time when we come in contact with material nature, we lost our identity or we have forgotten our identity and we have accepted a false identity as if I am a human being. I am not human being. So in order to teach us that you rascal, you are not a human being and you are not supposed to work as a karmi or papi or yogi or jnani, you are supposed to be a devotee and you should act as a soul, and the soul's act is 9 process of devotional service to Lord Krishna. So in order to remind us, practice us and claim us back home, back to Godhead, this human being form they have taken, the pure devotees like Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada. And they are taking the human form so that we will follow him, thinking that, okay, a human being should do like this. In this way, we practice, we follow, and then we save ourselves in the service of Krishna. And Krishna wants that to be done as fast as possible. And as long as you don't do that, he has this mechanism set up again and again, annihilation and creation. Annihilation and creation, giving you chance one after other. But you will never ever get again this environment what we have got today, such as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This doesn't happen in every millennium. It doesn't happen in even every life of Brahma, I can say. It's very rare, very rare. Whenever Krishna comes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't come. And whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, Prabhupada doesn't come. And whenever Prabhupada comes, Jayapada Goswami will not come. So this is a very rarest of opportunity in the entire creation that we have got. Please try to understand the importance of this and stick to the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj and claim yourself back home, back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Any questions or suggestions or realizations, please share with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Haribol.
Like in human house, somebody is living more than 100 years, 125, 130, like that. Like the Brahma will also be there. They are exact 100 years only for Brahma.
Only 100 years for everybody.
Okay. Okay.
Only 100 years for everybody. Okay. In the Dwapara Yuga, we lived for 1,000 years. In Treta Yuga, we lived for 10,000 years. And in Satyuga, we lived for 100,000 years, 1 lakh years. Okay. But Brahma lives for only 100 years.
Okay.
Because Brahma is not in the mode of ignorance or anything.
Okay.
He is in a pure goodness. So his time is only 100 years. Within that 100 years, we will take different body and different time. Sometimes we live for 100 years. Sometimes we live for 1,000 years. Sometimes we live for 10,000 years. Sometimes we live for 1 lakh years. In this way, we are given chance again and again, longer and longer and longer duration, so that in that life, at least you can become Krishna conscious.
Yes. Okay.
When we failed, now finally gave, okay, within 100 years also, I'll give a chance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind, so merciful that he has given within this 100 years, few years, if you chant correctly, you are successful. Okay. Thank you very much. Nice question, intelligent question.
Thank you.
Anybody else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So we will join back at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, congregationally chanting the holy name of the Lord, followed by Srimad Bhagavatam class. Kanandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Padita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Padita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavat Satsang ki jai.
जय
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
पतितानां
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।